Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Tyler. I am going to tell you the signs of knowing if you have a true friend or a real friend. And this is the first sign of knowing if you have a true friend or a real friend. And this is number one. Whenever a person is always there for you during the bad times, whenever nobody else is not there, whenever nobody else is not to be found, and that person is always uplifting you, always giving you an encouraging word, always there giving you a hug whenever you desperately needed during the rough times and the bad times. If that person is always proving him or herself to be there for you during the rough times and the bad times, then that is a great indication that you have a real friend or a true friend, simply because that person has proven him or herself faithful and loyal towards you. And that I'm going to say this: always keep that type of person around you, simply because there are not a lot of people out here in this world that have a mentality of looking out for the next person or being there for the next person whenever some rough or bad time is happening in his or her life, because a lot of people have the mentality of looking out for self and nobody else but self. And the second sign of knowing if you have a real friend or a true friend is that whenever a person never go gossiping and telling your secrets, and that whenever a person never tells none of your secrets or gossip about your personal information to other people or to a group of people, then that is a sign that you have a real friend or a true friend. Is that because that person is keeping an oath not to tell anything to nobody else that they had vowed to you to tell. And the second reason why that person is always a listening ear, but they ain't never a running or a gossiping mouth to other people. And that always keep that type of person around you. If you have a person that is well known of concealing your secrets or concealing your personal information and never disclosing your personal information, then that's a good friend or a real friend. And the third sign of knowing if you have a real friend or a true friend is that that particular person is always celebrating your successes whenever something has good come your way, or some good news, or you have improved somewhere in an area, and that person is always excited and glad for you. If that person is always excited and always glad for you and never faking it, then in other words, that person is a real friend or a true friend, because that person wants to see the best for you. That person cares for you. And the fourth sign of knowing if you have a real friend or a true friend is that that person is always blunt in front of your face as well as behind your back. In other words, that person is going to tell you how he or she feels right in front of your face, whether it hurts your feelings or don't hurt your feelings. And that, in other words, if that person is always doing that in front of your face, that is an indication that you have a real friend or a true friend, simply because that person is a realist. That person is always going to tell you the truth and right in front of your face, whether you like it or not, but just to protect you. And the next and the final sign of knowing if you have a real friend or a true friend is that that person has always got your back whenever there is a fight going down, or whenever somebody wants to do harm to you. And that if that person is always there for you to bag you up during a fight, and that person is always there fighting with you, or always there fist fighting with you, or always there for you during a debate to take up for you, then in other words, that is an indication that you have a real friend or a true friend, simply because that person is saying, I got your back, I'm here for you. If that person is going to try and jump on you, then in other words, they're going to have to face me then. And I'm just going to sit here and say this last part, and I know that it probably don't even have nothing to do with this subject. I'm just going to sit here and tell all these people out here that love to take their true friends that is always there for them and has always been faithful towards them, has always been loyal towards them. And I'm just going to sit here and tell you that there is going to be sooner or later, if you continue taking it granted for this particular type of person or those true people that is in your life, there's a light bulb that's going to come up in your head saying, oh, that person don't think nothing about me. That person don't give a damn about me. I'm just going to leave that person safely high and dry. In other words, you better beware, because However you treat others is what's going to come back to you, good or bad. And I'm just going to close. You have a great and awesome day.